Hello and welcome back to Assassin's Creed. I think we just have Dreadful Crimes and Story left. Oh! Bonus porn! Oh, mozzarella sticks. The best of the appetizers. Bonus Doge. Will I have a loading screen? Alright. Let's grab this bottle and then we'll start this Dreadful Crimes mission. That's the last of the bonus content I have. That's not good, Mike. You should play now, while I'm doing the Dreadful Crime stuff. Throw me on the app.
Oh dear. This is going very badly, isn't it?
It certainly doesn't have the makings of a ripping good novel.
What happened here?
Ah, the charming and delightful Fry twins.
Have we met?
Mr. Raymond knows everyone. He knows everything about this city. He writes it all up in his books.
I'm Henry Raymond, writer of third-rate, lurid stories. Penny dreadfuls, if you will. And this is Little Artie.
Mr. Raymond takes real murders and makes them so awfully exciting. The guilty always get caught.
There's one unfolding just here. Perhaps one of you would like to try your hand in solving it.
So that's the premise of our Dreadful Crimes missions. We have to solve investigations. So we find the murderer, we use Eagle Vision to search the investigation for clues, we interrogate all the suspects, and we check our evidence, and then we accuse someone, and if we're correct, we get a reward, and every time we get it wrong, we lose reward. So let's head in here and check out what we got.
I do find crime so delightfully entertaining, don't you? I mean, solving crimes, of course. Finding a solution is exhilarating.
Mr. Freems, the owner of the factory.
They're a rough bunch, but someone has to keep the kids in line. I just wish the grown-ups would quit fighting each other. I arrived to find the foreman dead, and the lad Dooley with bloody hands. No one's been able to find the murder weapon and arrest the murderer. Could you sort it out quickly? It's holding up the work.
Alright, let's go inspect Wilkins's body. Ah, it's over here. Deep stab wound in the chest, a bandana obscures the victim's face. Alright, so this is apparently the kid that found him. Let's interrogate him.
He knocks me to the ground and give me a kick. I find me work knife under me and grab it. I lift my hands to protect myself, and he knocks me out with a punch. Later on, I wakes up, and the man's lying there, dead.
Oh.
He's my brother. He don't like to work hard, so one of the workers give him a thrashing. I tried to stop it, and he stops saying bark and starts hitting me.
When I come back, the man's lying dead, and there's Dooley holding a knife. Please don't arrest him. I was standing there, having a think, when a fella come at me and give me a thumping. Dooley tries to stop him, and he thrashes Dooley. I run out to find help. When I come back, the man's lying dead, and there's Dooley holding a knife. Please don't arrest him.
Alright. Gotta continue looking for clues, though. We want to find all the clues. What's this? A note? It's come to our attention that one of your workmen, a certain Mr. Colton, has been beating the child laborers. Our society finds this manner of concern, as do you. No doubt. Please take action to curtail the practice, Miss Clara O'Day. OP Kukri's always good. There's one more clue to find. Oh, I see something shiny over here. Ah.
I believe I should re-interrogate a suspect.
A D. That's Dooley. Dooley, why was your knife there?
That's Dooley's knife, all right. He never lent it to nobody.
You're Dooley. Oh no, you're Buck. You're Dooley. So if we believe Buck that he ran to find help, then it's pretty much gotta be Dooley that did the stabbing.
I should return and find out about this.
Very nice, Mike. I feel like that was too easy, but the game says we have everything around, so let's accuse Dooley.
Me? No.
Oh, no, not so quickly. You have indeed solved this murder, according to the facts at hand. However, Artie, what advice would you give?
I would encourage you to look beyond the obvious, beyond surface appearances.
Try again. Use your powers to peer more deeply and see what you can discover.
Small feet, bandana, overhanded strike. Oh, so that means it was a tall assailant.
Opportunity to kill him.
Large footprint. Interesting. Duly engraved knife, 2 sets of fingerprints, 1 child, 1 adult.
Re-examine some of the clues more closely.
Medium-sized footprint. Traces of coal. Murderer? flecks of coal.
Which suspects had the opportunity to kill him?
Shut up, kid. I'm looking at stuff.
I wonder if someone could tell me more about this.
This one's kind of super tutorial-y.
The fumes can be a bit much in the brewery. When the men work in there, they wear bandanas. Wilkins wasn't the type to beat the children. On the contrary, he was forever getting in fights, trying to stop that sort of thing.
Oh. We gotta find this Wilkins character. Let's follow these footprints.
Which suspects had the opportunity to kill him?
Hello.
Me and Wilkins was working out here. We heard screaming. Wilkins went to see what it was about and never come back. I went to see for myself, and there he was, dead. I didn't stick around. Somebody might think I'd done it.
Right, Wilkins is the dead guy.
The strange thing is, Wilkins weren't wearing no bandana when I was talking to him. Only the workmen in the brewery wear bandanas. You should talk to Morris there.
So someone that likes to beat children from the brewery, Wilkins went to stop him and got his ass stabbed. Let's check out the brewery entrance first. Ooh, a stubbed out cigarette.
Which suspects had the opportunity to kill him?
Shut up, kid. Okay, and there's the large footprint. Those were the medium ones that led to Taylor. Go grab this treasure real quick, just because it's bugging me. Rough and tumble belt. Why do I keep getting all this crap for Jacob? Well, Mike, I've at least shown you where some pretty good stuff for Jacob is. Because I'm not finding anything for Evie. Alright, Morris. Do you smoke?
I don't much know who smokes here. Maybe Taylor. Cigarette might be his.
Nah, he had a medium
Well, I
sized
was
footprint.
inside the brewery all day. I wear my bandana in there. Man has to, what with all the smells and fumes.
Alright, before we go talk to Taylor again. I don't think there's anyone else over here, actually. I think it's just Taylor we have to go back and talk to now.
I quit smoking months ago. You know, I saw somebody from the brewery having a smoke this morning. Didn't see who it was, though.
Was it Morris?
For more clues.
Well, like I said, I was inside. Didn't get a chance to come out to smoke. Colton left, though. You could talk to him. He's working in the loading area just now.
Alright. Let's go get Colton. Ah, more cigarette butts.
I believe I should reinterrogate a suspect.
Hey, Mr. Colton.
I don't smoke.
Do you smoke?
Never did. Oh, very well. So I do smoke now and then. What's the matter? I was having a chat with one of the others when I heard a commotion and ran in there to find Wilkins dead. Poor bloke. Killed by that filthy little bastard that we feed and pay. I should be foreman here. Wilkins coddled the boys like a mother hen. He come along and stops me giving the boys a beating.
That was much more difficult than it initially appeared. Well done.
Up to the cliff with you.
An altercation between a boy and a workman ends in death for the workman. The boy remembers lifting a knife, but not the actual killing. Did he do it? No. In fact, the dead worker, one John Wilkins, heard screams and ran to offer assistance. Once there, he found the boy unconscious and another workman, Tom Colton, standing unharmed. But Colton, long angry with Wilkins, thought fast and stabbed the man with the boy's knife. He then put his own bandana over Wilkins' face. Quick thinking, however, did not win out. Colton has been unmasked as the murderer. Dreadful Crimes mission complete. And we get a super low level cape. Pretty sure that was worth a skill point though. But I don't think we have 4 yet. Which is what we need to get our next skill. Alright. Where's our next crime? Here. I don't actually know how many of the Dreadful Crimes missions exist, nor do I know if I'm going to do them all. But they're fun. And that one we just did is the only one I remember doing in my original playthrough.
Well done.
So, this next one... Oh, kill criminals. Not gonna make it. So not gonna make it. I made it. Sweet deal. Oh, maybe I didn't make it. I didn't get a crowd event finish, so guess I didn't make it in time. Pretty much, if you can't run a straight line to those ones, you're gonna miss it. Wish I could target both of you. Bye-bye. Heh. Idiots. Check that out in just a second, Link. Oh, yeah, dude. The Obsidian Kukri is... I think it's the best Kukri in the game. They're the second best. God, 89k, dude. Holy shit. Is that a screenshot from your game? Sounds good, Akuni. Tied with the legendary assassin's kukri? Gotcha. I think each tier of weapons has a stat duplicate. One you can get from loyalty and one you can get from crafting.
A tragedy in the park.
Another
Oh, his dialogue got cut
chance to
off.
sort out a diabolical conundrum. One that I'll turn into a one-a-penny read for Purlock Publishing.
Anything I should know about?
Took me board to the Tower of London yesterday. The most fearsome marvel in the Empire. And it's only a tenner or two.
Alright, let's see what we have here. Prudence Brown. A young woman with identifying papers, stabbed many times in a highly violent manner. Wounds indicate a left-handed attacker. Stabbed, brutal, left-handed attacker. Here we have a handbag. Contains an appointment diary, 10 a.m. Trevor Park, noon Gilbert this house. The address is indicated in the back of the agenda.
Find out about this.
Small paper containing powdered medication stamped Dr. Trevor Alton with an address.
Reinterrogate a suspect.
Or interrogate them for the first time, Evie, because... the murder weapon. So we needed a left-handed assailant whose house is missing a knife. What else can we find here? Welcome back, Cooney. Alright. Oh, what's this? Oh, music box. Fuck yeah. Alright, so we have Gilbert's house. We have Dr. Alden's office. Let's head to Dr. Alden's office first. That get item prompt is fucking glitched out and stuck on the game. It's kind of funny. Alright. Sir.
I don't know any of Dr. Alton's other patients.
Who are you?
I'm sorry to hear about her murder. She was a patient. So she was meeting Dr. Alton in the park, was she? My understanding was that she was engaged to someone. In any case, the good doctor could do better, in my opinion. Perhaps now he will.
Interesting.
I'm sorry to hear about her murder. She was a patient here, but increasingly began to stop by socially.
I don't like the look of this woman. Oh, hello. Clues. Prudence's medical file. Miss Brown came to see me, oppressed by grave anxiety concerning her recent engagement. This was not a medical concern, but nevertheless I prescribed a mild sedative. However, she has since embarked on an irregular relationship with someone I shall not name. The situation is intolerable. Interesting. Mr. Shelby's medical file. Since using his treatment, Mr. Shelby has overcome his paralyzing timidity with astonishing success. However, owing to the effects I've seen of the same drug on Mr. Baxter, I feel obliged to terminate Mr. Shelby's use altogether. Oh, I missed a clue. Let's go back downstairs before we go upstairs and interrogate our last suspect. Alright, where was it? Where was it? Dear Miss Knight, I would ask you please suspend Mr. Shelby's prescription. This note, as well as all medical entries in the office, appear to be written by a right-handed man. So, wasn't the doctor?
I'm quite angry, actually. I was having such terrific results. I felt like a new man. Much more vigorous and outgoing. But the doctor has ended the prescription altogether for no reason.
We know why he ended the treatment. Just 1 second, Tom. Or Trevor. Whatever. I'm gonna look at your shit. Doctor, I do hope that our professional relationship does not preclude a closer rapport. Yours most sincerely, Miss Claire Knight. Interesting. Alright, here's Mr. Baxter's file. Baxter now appears to be totally reliant on the treatment. Consumes far more than the prescribed dosage and is constantly demanding more. In addition, he is becoming alarmingly aggressive, going so far as to assault me physically. Furthermore, he has recklessly seduced several women over the past few weeks. Oh, God.
I should return and find out about this.
Loki can't remember layouts.
Dr. Alton makes house calls to see him. Baxter doesn't come into the office. I make up the prescriptions and he picks them up at noon when I'm away at lunch.
Alright. Finally, let's go upstairs and talk to the doctor. Welcome back, Mike. Start with Prudence.
My God, Prudence? How horrible. I was about to propose. But I don't understand. She and I didn't have a meeting arranged today. It is true that we sometimes meet in the park, but there was no arrangement for this morning.
Oh, so who was she meeting with? Was it Baxter?
You appreciate, I'm sure, that I cannot discuss the condition of any of my patients. That's very odd indeed. Prudence was a patient here, but wasn't given this prescription. There's no reason that she should be carrying such a packet.
Baxter.
An unfortunate incident. One of my patients became overexcited.
Oh? Did I glitch Evie? Oh my god, I glitched Evie out. There we go. I couldn't get it that time. It's good to know it's that easy to fix, though.
The doctor yesterday. It was after hours, but the doctor did have a cut on his cheek. Poor man.
Alright, time to head to the other investigation site. Let's go to Gilbert's house. I like this investigation. These investigation missions are pretty good. Alright. Why is the firewood all highlighty? Hello, hello, hello. Letter from Prudence. Dearest Gilbert, I have something of the utmost importance to tell you. I shall call tomorrow at noon. Please, dear Gilbert, whatever I have to say, I will always hold you in the highest esteem. Your Prudence. Ah. Now we have Prudence's house. Yeah, this is very LA Noire.
Prudence and I are engaged to be married. I'm desperate to see her. She should be by any moment. She had something important to tell me. I'm worried she's going to break off the engagement. Prudence has been so distant lately. I believe she has a misplaced affection for her doctor, the cat. I would make a much more appropriate husband, and the wedding is planned.
Wish I could tell if this asshole is right-handed or left-handed, but I guess it's not important. Let's head to Prudence's house. Where the fuck does this lady live? Oh, there were Dreadful Crimes missions in Unity? That's cool. Braziers. Interesting. Where is the jingly? I can hear the jingly, but I can't see that. There it is. Jingly! Am I in a bank? Well, Prudence definitely lives in a convenient location. Or lived. Yeah, Templars like to hang out in there. Ah. Hello. Don't mind me. Thought I saw gold in this direction.
Please, don't hurt me. I just want to go home. Please.
This might not be Prudence's house. Ah! Prudence's house. Unsent letter to Dr. Alton. Dearest Trevor, I must tell you that this evening something unsettling occurred. After our fuck you words. In the park, I set off for home, all the while thinking of you, but suddenly a young woman appeared and began to berate me in the street, never ceasing to shout insults and shameful allegations involving someone named Baxter. Isn't that the patient you have had such trouble with? Oh, my dear, I managed to slip away, but it was so terribly upsetting. But now, I see that it's too late to post this, and I'll see you tomorrow in any case, my love. I hold Gilbert in the greatest esteem, but I simply cannot imagine marriage and all it entails. I've seen so little of the world. I begin to see a doctor in an attempt to calm my nerves and concentrate my mind. Dr. Alton is kind and gentle, and solicitous manner with which he listens is as beneficial as any medication. Oh, what a rapturous night! The timid Dr. Trevor Alton is surprising depths. We had a chance encounter in the park, whereupon he began to speak with me with such intensity and passion. I was quite swept up. Soon his ardent kisses took my breath away. Could it be that I found love at last? What then of my engagement to Gilbert? My feelings for Trevor, it seems so silly to call him Dr. Alton now. Ours looked like an F. Are as strong as ever, but mixed with concern, he has to become moody, even tormented. He complains of his experimental treatment of his patients. Told him that I plan to break things off with Gilbert. Trevor and I are to meet at the park this morning. His proposal is offing. He does propose. Oh, please let it be so. I shall go directly to Gilbert and break it off with him. A swift, sharp break is best for everyone.
He's all mine, I tell you. All the girls want a bit of Baxter, but they can't have him. You ask him yourself. He lives just that way. I saw her kissing my man in the park, didn't I? I followed her to this street yesterday, but lost her. I'll come every day if need be, until I catch her again. That trollop better promise to let him alone, or I'll give her what for.
Interesting. Baxter's House, scatter papers. I always get what I want is my due, written by a left-handed man. It's the first time they mentioned that since we found the knife, or the knife wounds. So it's probably Baxter. Everything's been kind of leading for it to be Baxter. But last time we found an easy lead, it was wrong. She plans to break off her engagement because of you. I won't have it. I shall marry her myself. At least the way she'll remain a respectable woman. Written by a right-handed man. Means nothing to you, you're a monster of my own making. Written by a right-handed man. Can't extinguish your life, so I shall extinguish hers. Written by a left-handed man. There's a spot of blood on the note. So these two are written by the same, and those two are written by the same. Hey, Kate. Oh, and look at that, a knife's missing from Baxter's knife set. You were nothing but a burden to me, a pathetic sniveling burden, if only I could be rid of you. Written by a left-handed man. Does Baxter have split personality disorder? I think he might. One second, guys. Sorry about that. Maybe Baxter has split personality disorder.
I believe I should reinterrogate the suspect.
Maybe the medicine causes it. Where is this treasure? Up there. Inside, though. Don't mind me. Alright. Now we gotta figure out who to reinvestigate. Dr. Alton's office would be the farthest away. Although not that far, all things considered. Thought I heard a jingly. Oops, wrong button. Hello again, Claire. I have some more questions for you.
That medicine was developed by Dr. Alton specifically for one of our patients, Mr. Shelby. But he's been using it for another patient as well.
I'll always pick Saiyan, Kate. Pass that kid 350. Welcome to the stream. I have played Black Flag. I haven't played it on stream yet, but I do own it. It's a great game. Great pirate game. Semi-good Assassin's Creed game.
I've never heard of such a man.
Oh, really?
I've never heard of such a man.
I don't think I do have everything I need to make an accusation. I don't know where fucking Baxter is. I could play Black Flag. I haven't decided what I'm playing after this next. That was very redundant again. It's probably going to be another open worldy type game like this. If it's not Black Flag, then it'll probably be like Infamous Second Son or something. Or Infamous 1.
On you go now.
Sorry, Mike.
I finally find a fella can light the stars, and you want to send me to jail?
Damn. I must be missing something. says I have enough information. It does say left-handed man. It's gotta be fucking Baxter. I mean, Baxter's knife set's missing a knife. I don't know what the frick I'm missing. Someone left-handed who had access to Baxter's house. Is it the doctor? Doctor makes home visits. So it could be the doctor or that assistant woman that gets his prescriptions. I don't see why the doctor would propose to her. Or the doctor would kill her because he was going to propose. That just leaves his assistant. Because she was all pissed off. And she would have Baxter's address. And since I haven't found Baxter...
I think that Prudence was a schemer, and I believe that I would make a better match for the doctor, but murder someone? I'm a nurse.
Bah! The doctor's right-handed, so it's not him. I need to know more about Baxter.
An unfortunate incident. One of my patients became overexcited.
Fuck it. It's the only other guy I think it could be.
Have some problems, but
Yeah, I didn't fucking think so. Where the fuck is Baxter? Why does the controller keep vibrating when I walk by this spot? The fuck am I missing? It's gotta be fucking Baxter. I called it from the beginning, but I haven't actually met him.
Now that I've seen this, I should ask more questions.
Are you fucking kidding me, game? I had already looked at that. I'm gonna be slightly annoyed if that unlocks more stuff. Because I had already looked at that once. And once again, my controller's doing shit when I walk by this general area. Is there something on the roof? No. There it goes again. Every time you hear that noise, my controller also vibrates. Let's go back to the park. Pardon me.
I believe I should re-interrogate a suspect.
God damn it, Evie. I feel like she's talking about someone I haven't met yet. Like, I feel like I just have to find Baxter. Have a great night, Kate.
I should return and find out about this.
You appreciate, I'm sure. That's very odd indeed. An unfortunate incident.
This is starting to get aggravating. I swear to God, game.
Mr. Baxter apparently attacked the doctor yesterday. Dr. Alton makes house calls to see. That medicine was developed...
Alright. Back to Baxter's house, I guess. I looked it over, most of it already. I need to find Baxter. I don't think I've met Baxter. I've come to Baxter's house and I've pried through Baxter's shit. But I haven't actually met Baxter. Yeah, What do you mean not him, but his body him? Like, it can only be fucking Baxter. Maybe it's Shelby, but I already accused Shelby. Gilbert? It's fucking Gilbert. No, because Gilbert has his own house. You wouldn't have two houses for double personality disorder. Then it must be Mr. Shelby, but he said Baxter doesn't come in, and I already accused Mr. Shelby. But he's got a right-handed and a left-handed personality. Could it be the doctor? No, because Baxter's a patient. Unless the doctor made the remedy for himself to free himself of double personality disorder? I'm not mad, I'm just want to get to the bottom of this. And like, I've known it's Baxter, but I have to figure out who the hell Baxter is. Someone that can write right-handed. The only time we've had to do with handwriting is with the doctor and with Baxter's notes. And the doctor's the one that made the powder. If Doctor only does house calls, Baxter never comes in to visit. Claire would never actually see Baxter. She got stabbed in the park. Fuck it. What have I got to lose, right?
God, it's true. I couldn't
God
help
damn it.
myself. The powder
This
unleashed a
motherfucker.
creature within me. He seduced the innocent Prudence and then killed her to prevent us from marrying. It's too horrible.
I knew something was amiss with the medical powder, but didn't understand until you found those papers. Well done.
Off to the click with you.
Damn. Is there not another one? Ah, there it is. Yeah, we're pretty fucking far from anything. Hell yeah. I feel like Jacob wouldn't have the patience to do these. I feel like Evie's the only one that could. Shadow! The Khajiit, welcome to the stream. No, I do not talk. Never talk. Sorry if I butchered your name, by the way. I'm bad at words. Whee! Jump. That's usually more graceful. Pardon me. Alright, let's check out our next crime. Probably another murder. Pretty sure that's kind of the point. They're all murders. We gotta solve them. Oh, determine which bullet struck and killed the former colonel. Oh. He got shot dead.
There you are. This could be interesting. There's no shortage of firearms in this neighborhood.
I suspect the solution will turn on geometry, timing, and human nature.
There may be a penny dreadful in it. Look into it, won't you?
Stupid kid. Yeah, it's pleasantly ironic that the assassin's solving murders. Fuck you. Luis Prescott. Killed by a single bullet that entered his chest, passed directly through his heart, and exited from his back. That's not where that goes. It's a hexagon-shaped bullet lodged exactly below the numeral 12. The clock is still running.
Reinterrogate a suspect.
Reinterrogate? We haven't talked to anybody yet. So it's a hexagonal bullet. Dynamite crate. Empty munitions crate. Clearly marked Prescott munitions number 408. Hello there, sir.
Him and me like to insult each other. I was a lieutenant under his command in Africa. I love the army. No one questions you when you wear a uniform. Anyways, every morning when he arrived, we'd call out and joke with each other.
92% nice. This game's fantastic. I'm a huge fan. Alright, nothing else in here, it seems. Alright, let's talk to this guy. Oh, there's stuff scattered around now. The banner for the 11th Regiment of Foot marked Gold Coast Ashanti campaign.
I didn't ask about this.
Single white feather.
I should ask more questions.
Bullet hole. Wait a second. There's another bullet. Already looked at that. Already looked at that. Which bullet hit the victim? Seems like a very odd angle to shoot from.
Yeah. Well, Prescott led a flanking sortie that went wrong. Lots of casualties. Some men called the Colonel a coward, but it were really just bad luck. Anyway, he resigned. To make amends, he offered work at his factory whenever one of us left the army.
So, someone who wasn't happy about the mission that went bad.
From what I can gather, Prescott was shot almost exactly at 12 o'clock noon.
So that means the bullet that's under the 12 o'clock or under the 12 o'clock spot wouldn't have been able to be the one that hit him, because it would have gone through the hand of the clock and probably broken the clock.
When Colonel Prescott retired from the army, he used his connections and started this munitions factory. He wanted the men that served with him to have work when they left the army. Apparently they put the clock there while doing some repairs. It still runs, I notice.
I should go back and ask about this.
The young lads across the street were fooling with a pistol they'd found. A bullet must have gone astray through the wooden fence. Hit Mr. Prescott smack in the chest. Bloody unlucky for all concerned.
So it was either murder or an accident. But the bullet that hit this clock couldn't have been the one, because it would have gone through the hand. Blood points to the clock. Or does it? No, it points to that bullet. So it had to have been the stray bullet?
He was a good man. Very honourable. I'm proud to have served under Colonel Prescott in the 11th Foot Gold Coast, Africa. Prescott put that up in memory of the time he led a sortie across the Pra River to outflank Ashanti warriors. Things turned out badly that day. Horrific. We lost several of our comrades. Prescott wanted us to remember them. I was on my way here. Heard 2 shots I did, right at the stroke of noon. Bullet hole in the clock. That's a new one. It could have already been there when I arrived at noon. Or maybe it was the second shot I heard. Bullet hole in the clock.
I'll have to follow that after.
We found a revolver underneath the lumberyard window. Don't know where it came from. We stood right there on a mark and shot the target. I went to shoot, but there was a loud bang. I was surprised and missed the target completely. It wasn't me who killed the man. I'm no murderer.
Jesus, they were standing really close to their target. Alright, time to follow the beer, I think. Were you the keg of beer that took a hole because of the bullet? Alright. So that's the bullet the orphan shot.
Saw him each morning as I drove by. Seemed like a good sort. We lost an entire barrel of beer, damn it. I heard 2 loud bangs, but thought nothing of it. Later, I found a bullet hole in a barrel. Imagine that, a bullet hole. My lad Samuel.
Yeah, there had to have been 3 bullets.
Crossing trash in the river.
The first one that got shot at the clock long beforehand, and then the 2 that got fired at noon.
Fell on my doorstep a few
Where
years
did the
ago.
3rd bullet get shot from,
Some
/2?
sort of malady. Rides in the back while I make deliveries. Hard worker, very determined.
There was an hole in a barrel. I've got no explanation for that. I just drop off beer. Don't pay much attention to people along the way.
Alright. So someone that works here was also in the regiment with Prescott. Definitely got to be a revenge thing for the failed flanking mission. Oh, hello.
I wonder if someone could tell me more about this.
Samuel, were you in the 11th Foot Regiment thingy?
That's for some sickness I picked up a while ago. Can't remember the name of it.
Oh.
That's for some sickness.
Interesting. Interesting.
Saw him each morning. The poor lad. Fell on my doorstep a few years ago. He's in a bad way, has some sort of malady. Rides in the back while I make deliveries. Hard worker, very determined.
More and more starting to think it was Samuel. Let's head over to our new investigation zones. we don't have a new investigation, though I thought we did. Oh, we do. No, that's where I just came from.
The young lads across the street.
So if he was in the back of the thing... Yup. Here we go. The third bullet trail appears. There's the one the kids were shooting. There's the one that hit our target. So the one the kids were shooting... This hole is bloody. Ah. The bullet the kids were using went through the barrel. Exactly, Mike. The kid shot the one in the barrel, which is this bullet hole, which is why there's no impact. The dude in the 11th Regiment, who is plucking feathers over at and works at the barrel depot, shot the bullet that killed our victim. But why is there a third bullet? Who was shooting earlier? Should examine the feather again now that I've seen the pigeon.
Well now, I didn't ask about this.
There we go.
I should return and find out about this.
Alright. Grab this illustration real quick. I'm almost positive it was Samuel. Who are you? No one important, I guess. Yeah, I know there's info we still don't have. It would have told me that I could solve the case now. So I'm going back to each of the spots. We have to figure out the cause of the bullet hours beforehand that hit the clock. And then I think we'll be able to solve the case. This is definitely the one that hit the clock hours before.
Yeah, well.
Is there something glowing over there? Oh, those are just glowing so I can see them through stuff. Must be a clue we're missing somewhere. Hello? Hello? Astonishing, actually, particularly when it smells though it's been fired within the past few hours. Also, regimental insignia. Ah.
Interrogate a suspect.
The plot thickens. Ah, you crafty devil. Hello again. You have a rifle in your attic.
I sell stolen rifles and pistols. All very hush-hush. Black market.
Oh, really?
I made that shot. Early this morning, Prescott challenged me to plug the 12 from my shop. I missed just slow. No one witnessed it. It was too early in the morning. I brought that gun back from Africa. I was a sniper fighting the Ashanti. I used that gun this morning for Prescott's challenge. It's the only Whitworth we have. I'd never sell it.
Yeah. Practice shot with the rifle. Then he posted up on there, lying prone with his sniper rifle. Or he hung down? Oh, that's the only thing. This angle's weird.
Yeah. Well, Prescott led a flanking sortie that went wrong. Lots of casualties. Some men called the colonel a coward, but it was really just bad luck. Anyway, he resigned. To make amends, he offered work at his factory whenever one of us left the army.
Yeah, it had to be someone standing on the wagon, which had to have been Sam. Sam's also the only one that wasn't forthcoming about the fact that he was in the military with, well, Sam never told us that he was in the military. That's the only reason I'm kind of basing my thing that it's Sam and not the shop owner. I agree though, it feels too easy.
His goddamn cowardice in Africa got
Oh, there you go.
friends killed. He should have faced a firing squad.
Very good sleuthing on your part. It's a miracle anyone survived, what with all those bullets whizzing about.
Up to the click with you. There's no need.
Army sharpshooter watched his friends die in a bungled military maneuver and vows revenge. Slowed by a tropical disease contracted on the Gold Coast, Private Samuel Fry spent years planning his vengeance on Louise Prescott, the colonel whose cowardice meant death for his companions. Pardon me. He taunted Prescott with the symbolic white feather, and then, at a stroke of noon, took his final revenge. Many bullets flew that day. A bullet from the shop attic lodged in Prescott's factory clock, a bullet from a revolver found by some children lodged in a passing beer cart, and the bullet fired by Samuel from the back of the cart that struck Prescott directly in the heart. That was extremely easy. I feel like that one should have been the second one, and the multiple personality should have been the third one. Because that one was much easier than the multiple personality one. Not that that one was hard. I called that from the beginning. I was just figuring out who had the multiple personality disorder that tripped me up. Because I got too caught up on just looking for someone named Baxter. The mystery of the twice-dead professor? Or the fiend of Fleet Street? That being said, it's been about 2 hours, so I'm going to take a break here. Mike, I'll let you decide which one we do. Fiend of Fleet Street or the twice-dead professor. Be back in about 5 minutes. Thank you all for your patience. Thank you, Mike, for the break.
There, girl. Good girl. There, girl. Greetings. Walk on, my beauty. Come on. Good girl. We shall meet again.
Up ya! Come on!
We shall meet again. Good girl. There, girl. Walk on, my beauty.
Dude brought me down in a Lambeth. Thank you, Mike. I definitely hear something over all this hustle and bustle. But I can't tell if it's a tune someone's playing or a music box. So much going on here right now. Cecil's bell's annoying too. He's sad now. Alright, so twice dead it is. That was this one. Just a street away. Convenient. I mean, generally people don't like it when you point guns at them. But that tune was distracting me. And it was annoying. And the dude's bell. Sometimes there's just too much noise. That was one of those times. I wonder how much of the city is loaded up at any given time.
Everything at reduced prices! No, Ratted! Is this a thanks a man gets for defending his country? Why did I bother?
Oh wow, that event ended quickly. It didn't even give me a notification. I must have been just outside the range when it triggered. What are you loading, game? Alright. Let's grab this treasure and then we'll go start our crime mission. Because I can't pass up this treasure. It's right over here. I don't have to climb for it. Is the train nearby? No. Actually, it might be. No, it's pretty far away and it's probably going in this direction. Oh well. After the mission. There's probably a decent amount of gold stashed at the train right now. Or pounds. I don't know why I said gold. Oh god, what'd he do?
Just a bit of a lark. Tallywag.
No chill whatsoever. Oh. Who, once buried, returned to die in his parlor. What? Maybe as a twin. Maybe he's a vampire.
Here's an especially exciting one. Perfect for a penny dreadful.
A famous professor dies twice.
That's once more than usual. Twice as many sales. My name will soon be known across the nation.
Sure, after I solve it for you. Oh god, his name is Bing. Alright, where's the body? Ah, easy. Body shows evidence of having been in a terrible struggle. There's a deep cut to the forehead that appears to be surgical. Cut goes into the skull itself. First, treasure. Esteemed Professor Bing, my research trip has been a great success. I've been able to verify personally several of the unusual customs that you chronicled in your brilliant book. Once again, I am humbled by your genius, Professor Silas.
I re-interrogate a suspect.
Legal letter. Oh. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Recent letter to Professor Bing from his attorney. My dear Bing, I can certainly amend your will to discourage the marriage of your son with the young lady in question. An annual allowance that will be suspended in the event of such marriage should serve the purpose. If, as you suspect, she is driven by love of money, such a provision should considerably dampen her ardor for your son.
I should go back and ask about this.
Interesting. An open wooden crate shipped from within London is clearly marked to be open only by Professor Bing personally.
I didn't ask about this.
Maybe he was poisoned, they thought he was dead, they buried him, then he came back. Oh, what up, Spider? A large, distinctive spider curled upon death. The plot thickens. I still need to see that Norca because I heard it was fantastic, and I really, really want to see it. This is where the spider was hidden. Intricately carved sculpture, evidently of African origin. There's a small recess where something could have been hidden. I don't have access to Netflix right now. I had to let my subscription run out. Had to cut costs.
It's so very awful. The professor died of an heart attack just days ago. Then tonight, I hear pounding at the door. I open it to find him bleeding and in pain. He tried to say something, then collapsed dead. Again.
Alright, so. Came home, got the package that had the spider in it, poisoned him, they buried him. The dude who sent him the spider to poison him pulled him out of the grave, tried to do something with his brain, which woke him up because the spider had only paralyzed him, and then he came back, but he died from blood loss.
Spider? Let's get that out of here. Emmett is definitely afraid of spiders. He got that a few days ago. Inside was a statue. I thought it was a marvel, but he told me it was quite common. I don't know who sent it. He kept repeating, Barkesso, Barkesso, over and over. What does it mean?
The dude's name? What type of spider it was? I need more clues before I talk to this guy. I won't have to re-talk to him. My dearest love, I do not understand your father's antipathy for me. I fear that he will take steps to disrupt our engagement. Please obtain his assurances that no matter if you marry me or no, he will render you your due when the time comes. Well, they're meant to be freaking out because I kind of just broke into their house. I'm no one official on the investigation, but they're still giving me information.
This is no time to talk about the will. It is true that my father and my fiancée didn't get on, but I'm confident that once he got to know her as a daughter-in-law, they would have become friends. It's unthinkable. Such a great man. We were still in mourning from the burial. He was buried yesterday in the family plot.
This woman is really kind of ruining The
My father was an eminent anthropologist and something of an explorer. He made his name by investigating the practices of a small village in the Congo. His colleagues at the university often sent him trinkets from abroad.
colleagues from the university, huh? I'll figure out who killed you and tried to vivisect your brain. Yes, let's head to the... Which one's closer, the cemetery or the university? Ah, here we are. University. Okay, we'll head there first.
There you are.
Bitch, grab a chill burger and eat it. How are you, Kim? Alright. Oh, wow. Lace handkerchief with red embroidery. Suspiciously nondescript receipt for £7. Shipping receipt, maybe? Doing well, thanks, Kim. Well, I haven't been to the cemetery yet, game, so you just spoiled that. But thanks for letting me know that's important. This illustration of a spider resembling the dead spider found in the Bing home. A note describes as a rare spider found in Bolivia, whose venom is a strong tranquilizer. Like I said, the venom poisoned or paralyzed him, and they dug him up. Why they went to look at his brain, though? Yes, these are the Dreadful Crimes missions. They were exclusive to the PS4 for, I think, a month before they released everywhere else. The topic of an unusual Bolivian spider, one passage notes that the venom produced a state resembling death. That some Indian tribes use venom during a rite of passage in which initiate boys experience a symbolic death lasting 2 or 3 days. Ah, I called it. Fake death. And a crate similar to the one found in his house. Oh god, it's all fucking here.
I didn't ask about this.
An empty box labeled "This had a spider in it." All these books are on spiders. Anthropological books, significant number of them by Professor Bing, all well thumbed. I like the thought of the assassins using their attuned senses to solve crimes and stuff and mysteries. You know, it leads the way for them to say, "Oh, Sherlock Holmes was an assassin, and he was real." Ah. Intriguing customs of deepest Africa, an entire chapter is torn out. Ooh. What about this table? Pedestal with nothing on it, however, a descriptive label was written Bagesu Tribal Mask, a jackal.
I recently traveled to Africa in order to continue studies on the indigenous tribe Professor Bing discovered some time ago.
Oh, really?
The anthropological sciences have lost a great mind. He revolutionized the field.
Yeah, Kim.
It is my fond hope
Exactly.
that I may inherit his mantle. Which one is that? Sorry, difficult to read. I've lost my spectacles somewhere.
I wonder
Which one is
where.
that? Sorry, difficult to read. I've lost my spectacles somewhere.
That guy's suspicious. Almost too suspicious, though. I'm streaming directly from the PS4. Norkix.
I'm most vexed about that. A rare specimen of the sort I've been studying for years. It escaped a few days ago, no doubt due to that scatterbrained assistant Virginia. My thesis subject. My South American colleagues tell me that this particular arachnid is only found in the Bolivian Andes. Fascinating subject. An eminent colleague. He wrote prolifically. Probably no one will ever amass the amount of knowledge he acquired.
So now I know why the spider was here. Still have to figure out who sent it to him and wanted to cut into his brain.
A lovely man, and quite wealthy. I only wish he had lived to bless my alliance with his son.
Oh.
I'm sorry to hear about that. Do you know whether that change was actually made? I'm sorry to hear about that.
Huh.
I hope you will find
Interesting.
that. I'm afraid several of the faculty purchase cadavers for research purposes. It's a fact of university life.
Why she hoped I wouldn't find grave robbery. Alright, it seems as though we need to investigate the cemetery. Still something we need to learn. We don't have all the information to figure out who wanted to kill and bring him back to life and use his fucking brain. That tranquilizer poison. Called that shit. One, two, three, and... where's 4? That little one over there will be a handkerchief. I'm assuming the glasses gotta be here too. Gravedigger's coat. An old worn coat. One pocket contains a crumpled note. Here's the sum agreed upon for last night's transaction. £7 sterling.
Now that I've seen this, I should ask more questions.
That woman is starting to look a little, suspicious. Especially saying she'd hoped I wouldn't find the receipt. The lock is broken, the door is ajar, Professor Bing's
I
casket
believe I
is
should pay a
empty.
return visit to someone.
Alright, where's our 4th clue? Ah! It's gotta be the handkerchief that said that was the same as the cemetery earlier.
Body snatching? That's an insult. I'd be in the slammer quick as that if I got caught. So I sell a body or two on the side. A man's got to eat, ain't he? I broke the lock and left him on a barrow just behind his tomb. It was dark, couldn't really see. But some fella come by and carted the old professor off. It's muddy back there. You can likely still see the tracks.
Ah, there we go.
It's plain that 7 guineas is a lot for a bloke like me. I'm careful with me pennies and save for a rainy day. He showed up again. First time that's happened in 35 years of grave digging. I saw the son lock the tomb myself.
Don't see any muddy tracks. Oh, here we go. Let's do this.
Come on, you silly man.
Hello, a new investigation zone. Oh, what up, blood? Is that a fucking hacksaw? Oh, it's the mask. Duh, I'm stupid. I found the missing mask. Is this another handkerchief? Ashes. Small pile of cold ashes giving off perfumed odor. Yeah, like I said, he was trying to dig into his brain for some reason. Ceremonial rituals involving sacred mass, incense, and chanting. So he's trying to do something with a sacred... He's trying to do the initiation ritual on the doctor? This is the prequel to L.A. Noire. The entire chapter from Professor Bing's book, The Intriguing Customs of the Deepest Africa. Chapter describes an ancient custom whereby the members of Pegasu tribe ceremonially ingest living brains of... Oh. Alright. So who was trying to eat his brains? The dude that lost his glasses. Knew it. I knew it. University. They want you to think that it's the girl who wanted just the will money because they didn't get along. But it's this asshole who's trying to eat his brains. Fucking weird. I'll come back to you. You like brains?
Yes, that's mine. I misplaced a similar one, possibly at the funeral. I was so upset.
Yeah, you were the asshole that lost your glasses.
Which one is that? Sorry, difficult to read. I required his knowledge in order to become the greatest anthropologist in the British Empire, and his beloved tribe of savages provided the method.
Yeah!
That Professor Silas was particularly cunning and gruesome. Mr. Raymond will be thrilled.
Up to the clink with you.
The esteemed Professor Bing was the victim of a diabolical plot confected by his colleague and erstwhile acolyte, Professor Silas. Using a powerful spider venom, Silas put his mentor into a deep coma. He went so far as to attempt to eat Bing's brains in an effort to ingest his knowledge. All this was inspired by the African tribe Professor Bing had himself discovered. No doubt Silas's mind was unbalanced, as he believed he would surpass all anthropologists by absorbing his mentor's cerebrum. Rest in peace, Professor Bring. The Royal Anthropological Society mourns your passing. That was a really good one. I liked that a lot. I liked that one a lot. Fuck yeah. Do I have a level 9 kukri? I don't have a level 9 kukri. Oh, but I do have the schematic for this. How much would this cost? 6k, 160 metal, and 50 chemicals. Yeah, okay. Another 6k to upgrade? Okay. So close. Looks like we're heading back to the train to get some money before we do our next crime, so we can make that cape. Gotta make the cape. Because we're going to need another 12 skill points to get to level 10, so it's going to take a while, so we're going to be wearing level 9 equipment for most of the stuff we do now. So may as well just get it now, as opposed to getting it near the end right before I hit level 10. Because then it's a waste.
Seems a letter has come for Jacob.
Yeah, I'm slightly disappointed that was another super straightforward case. 14k. Shut up, Jacob. Alright. Lovely.
My outfit looks a bit tatty.
You are so... You know what, Jacob? I can't draw my weapon inside.
I'll see if I can't find you a nice Good morning to you this evening.
Jump across. next mission is over here. Sweet, we can just jump off and get over there. Actually, kind of heading towards it already. Jump, Evie. You can make that jump. You could have made that jump.
Seems a letter has come for Jacob.
You can make... Well, I wouldn't have expected a music box here. That's for sure. Thank you. Move. Move. No. Give me a carriage. Dude, that dude just phased through the door.
Go on. Faster!
Hello. Solve the case of the missing Detective Murphy.
Brilliant, son. Known for strange practices on the bodies of...
Oh, I probably should have listened to that. He might have been talking about the dude I just had arrested. Whoops.
Ah, this is one that's most promising.
An important detective is missing. Skullduggery is surely afoot.
Solve it, and I'll write it up quick as you please.
Alrighty.
He's a friend of mine. The whole station is out looking for him as we speak. Ironically, he came here on an investigation himself. Seems several people have gone missing in this part of town.
Interesting.
We've had reports of missing people over the last few months. Detective Murphy is just the most recent and the only one who's anybody to speak of.
Well, this one seems a lot more open. Sack of manure for plants. Examination shows that small bits of bone are mixed in. Oh, Jesus! What appears to be a human knuckle.
I should return and find out about this.
What the fuck? Soft versatile decorated with diamond-shaped holes. What is up with all this flower shop stuff, man? It's not being subtle about pointing me to the flower shop. On the bottom's fading green, it appears to be a cross of some sort.
I saw him going into the barber shop when I was on my way to work. In this kind of neighborhood, people come and go.
George delivers that to us. It's amazing. The flowers just grow and grow. An odd man indeed. He spent a fair amount of time in here, poking around. Some people around town just seem to vanish. It is mysterious. Sweet boy. Constantly giving my assistant gifts, a jacket, a handbag, and so on.
Well, let's go to the fucking flower shop. Do I not have access to the flower shop yet?
George is my sweetheart. I think he plans to propose marriage soon. Maybe even today.
And these all have a freaking marriage proposal around them.
Good old Detective Murphy. Must be about some kind.
Pair of meat with no label. The meat smells a little odd. Oh, Lord. So we have human knuckles in a flower shop, meat that smells a little funny. Oh, Lord. Flower shop. Oh, this is the flower shop. No wonder there's all this flower shop stuff here. I'm a derp. But still, bones mixed in their manure. Bills paid several from George for meat delivery. It seems Mrs. Mulfat pays promptly and gets a good deal from George. Once again, George coming up before I think I've even met him. Or was this asshole George? Should probably be looking at names of people that I'm talking to. Are you George? No, you're Stephen Bean. Yeah, I haven't even met fucking George yet, and George has already seeming pretty suspect. You know anything about George?
George delivers meat from the pies. Lovely lad. I pay on delivery. I believe he picks it up from a local butcher shop.
Oh.
I'm told that some people have gone missing, but I don't know anything about it. He was in here asking about missing people. Bought a meat pie, he did. Stayed and chatted for a few minutes, then headed off to the barber.
Is this fucking Sweeney Todd? It's fucking Sweeney Todd.
I pride myself on the quality of the beef I sell. Somebody's selling cheap around here, though. My sales have dropped off. George? I don't know any George. You mean the annoying bloke nosing around? I told him to sod off.
It's fucking Sweeney Todd, the demon barber of Fleet Street. Goddamn.
Greetings, Miss Fry.
I knew Fleet Street sounded fucking familiar. No, I want to go straight to the fucking barbershop. I want his name to be Sweeney. It probably won't, because rights and stuff, but oh my god, it's his barbershop on the second floor. Feeny Sod, oh my fucking god. Oh, fucking A.
was in here earlier, getting an haircut. He wanted to look nice for his girl. He's been seeing Joanna from the flower shop for some time now. Said he's finally saved up enough money to pop a question. Yeah, I gave him a trim. He asked no-ended questions. When I cut his hair, I notices a tattoo right at the base of his neck. A green Celtic cross it was. You're right. Several people have disappeared over the past months. Some of them were customers of mine.
I missed a clue.
I should return and find out about this.
I'm trying to quit drinking. Sometimes my hand shakes when I'm given a shave.
There's nothing even gold here. This is just the barber shop where he does the killing, I'm assuming. Or where he brings the bodies to fucking hack them up and then sell them to the butcher. That didn't sound good at all. Nope. Pickups or mysterious drop-offs are meat delivered to bakery, manure to florist, leather to Tobias, leather delivered to leather worker. Total show thrive in business, but the supplier gets most of the money. George's body. George is very recently dead. His chest a puncture wound, a diamond-shaped hole. Indicating that George is becoming increasingly suspicious concerning his deliveries. Now I have enough set aside to propose my I've written to a detective about my suspicions regarding the true source of the products I deliver. May as well check out the leather shop just for completionist's sake, but I think we all know what's going on here.
I suppose there are a few people I haven't seen in a while. Why would you want to know about him? Stupid boy. He does deliver tan leather on occasion, but I really have very little to do with him. He came in asking lots of questions. I believe I answered them to his satisfaction.
Going through the ropes. Oh, it's you again. Thought it might be Aberlin.
George, I hoped he'd stop by. I want to see his new haircut. He must be at his house. Oh, I do hope he proposes soon.
Okay, that was supposed to lead me to George's house. Sheet of leather with a diamond-shaped hole in it. Collection of sharp knives and strong, thick needles. Also several awls, some of which would be used to punch distinctly shaped holes.
Why would you want to know about him? Stupid boy. He does deliver tan leather on occasion, but I really have very little to do with him. I suppose there are a few people I haven't seen in a while.
I feel like this is the person the game wants you to think it is. That or it's a double fake out, and Feeney Sod is not the killer. Because he's got the tools that used to punch the diamond-shaped hole that killed George. But isn't this the same set of tools? Sharpened by... Alright. Feeney Sod here might be a fake out. It might actually be the leather worker.
All I did was give him an haircut. Nothing wrong with that.
Alright, it is the leather asshole. I took the fake out. Had to.
He was coming too close to figuring out where all those people went. They got parceled out to the baker, the florist, and me.
'Twas a fake out.
Very cleverly puzzled that one out. A very unpleasant crime.
Shut off, Tosspot.
Perfect for one of Mr. Raymond's penny dreadfuls.
Even a detective can run adrift with nefarious businesses afoot. Was Detective Mercy getting too close to a secret source of raw goods? The leather worker was in the habit of doing away with local folk, flaying them and then chopping them up. He had the skin tanned for leather, the bones ground up to sell manure, and the bloody flesh sold to supply pie shops with cheap meat. All delivered by the unwitting carter George. Thus did the fiend take macabre pleasure in seeing victims happily consumed by the citizens of Fleet Street.
I don't want any visitors. Just let me be. I'm not in the mood for company.
The double fake out was real, though. It was good. That was good. I enjoyed that one. How far away is that?
That's it.
I am the best driver.
There you go.
I am the bestest driver. Fuck your line. I go my own way. Damn it. I enjoy these crime missions. I think they're fun.
Here now.
Totally not stalling going back to the story. Trying to be as lenient as I can.
There you go.
Oh! Wanton destruction for the win. You know, there's an achievement tied to wanton destruction. Probably mentioned it before, but I think you have to do the 75. No! Of course not, Mike. Ow! Ow! Shit! Fucker. Locked in to die. I like that these bonus missions are all basically worth a skill point, if you get the accusation right on the first go.
My write-up of that last crime was so ingenious that Perlock Publishing tossed me
I think so, MC Gaming.
I believe this next one will do even better.
It's baffling. The room was locked. How did the murderer get in and out?
I think it's a fantastic game. Right now I'm doing the side missions called the Dreadful Crimes. It's a set of side quest chains that are all basically worth a skill point, which is used to level, and money. But they're pretty fun. Oh, I like the mystery of them. Soft spot in my heart for mysteries. Also, reused building is reused. No sign of a struggle, no wounds. Did he just die, maybe? Of course not. Yellowed candles and burned down to the nub. Letter from Cashin's editor. Byron, you old rogue. Your evisceration of the Aldwych group was delicious. Our readers cannot get enough of your clever and delightfully unkind reviews. All the ensembles in town live in fear. Keep up the good work. Just want to buy a game to play for a month because you're waiting for COD. Have you tried Overwatch? Common lighting fixture. The light won't turn on. Interesting. Maybe it's a secret passage of some sort. Air vent communicating with the neighboring apartment. Cashin's room, anonymous letter. Anonymous letter written in a feminine hand. My dearest Byron, I can't keep abreast of your innumerable affairs, but having the time for another little adventure with me. Cast aside your current paramour, much too much working class for you, and join me in Florence, won't you?
I wonder if someone could tell me more about this.
Don't like Overwatch? Eh. Gotcha. Windows shut, locked from the inside. No sign of a break-in. Maybe he fucking killed himself. Published review of recent concert. Latest effort of the Aldwych Chamber Orchestra must be counted as a fiasco. The woodwinds were discordant and cacophonous. Rather than playing Meldachon, the strings fought with him. In particular, the solo performed by the first violin was a disaster. This gentleman is better equipped to perform in the London sewers. I would advise anyone who has contemplated attending instead remain quietly at home. I can imagine someone would be angry about that scathing review. These crime missions, I honestly don't know how they relate to the game. I believe they were a PlayStation exclusive at first, but I think they're available as DLC for other platforms. But I think you get them for free if you buy the game on PlayStation. I'm not entirely sure how it works. I got the game as a Christmas present. Siren door and lock with hinges in normal state. There is nothing else like them in the rest of the game. They are unique to their own thing, so they're basically a DLC. Like I said, I didn't have to pay any extra for them. They came with this version of the game.
The lights weren't working. My husband didn't want to waste any candles, so we retired early. I'm just the housekeeper, but Mr. Casham was a dear friend. Each morning I bring him his coffee. Today his door was locked shut. My husband is the caretaker. We live downstairs. We have the keys to all the apartments, so after knocking, I became concerned and let myself in and found him like this.
Oh, that's terrible. Very interested, though. Seems like they could have pumped something in this vent, like poisoned him. Sounds good, MC Gaming. Communicates with Cash and Slot. They must have pumped in some sort of poison or something. Candelabra of partially burned white candles.
Tell me more about this.
He had a yellow candle on his bed. Andante for violin, piano, and D minor by Felix Meldachon.
Well now, I didn't ask about this.
Oh. He wrote a hugely scathing review about his neighbor, maybe? Or a super huge fan? Happens to be his neighbor? Several articles, one about the Queen's plan to use Storied's scepter, dove to night industrialness, another about the publishing business, a third concerning the Aldwych Chamber Orchestra, which is disbanded for lack of funds. A series of damning reviews by London's most influential critic has crushed all hope of attracting an audience. Holy shit. They are definitely going to be pissed about that. This one's also seeming horrendously straightforward. Welcome back, Mike. Alright, so I'm missing one clue in this room. It's right here. Key to the basement. Someone had to have pumped gas in the vent. Alright, I'm missing one clue in here. Ah, here we go. Concert program for a chamber orchestra that performs series Meldachon pieces.
I should ask more questions.
Mr. Cashin was a respected music critic. A very accomplished man.
So somebody definitely offed him because he basically doomed that orchestra.
Gone just like that, eh? He lived right next door and often came home from his concerts a bit drunk and singing at the top of his lungs. Drove my wife near crazy.
Yes, this is locked in to die.
I was down in the cellar fiddling with my experiments.
That's pretty funny
I'm an
that
amateur
you
chemist.
come in on a part
Emma
you've
let
already
me set
seen.
up a few experiments in the cellar. Cashin had an eye for the ladies, no question. I was a bit jealous of him, frankly. That belongs to Mr. Golden. He's an awfully nice chap. We let him use our apartment during the day when my wife and I are out tending our shop. He likes to rehearse here where the light's better.
Indeed I do. Alright, so it's definitely that dude. The dude that he was just talking about, they let use his apartment during the day. He used the key to get into the basement to put gas in his room.
Yesterday, that sweet Mr. Golden handed out candles to everyone. He's such a nice man.
Is the yellow candle poisonous?
Mr. Cashin is dead. I
Oh.
just saw him yesterday. He looked in the peak of health.
Maybe that yellow
If you ask
candle
me,
was
he paid a bit too much
poisonous.
attention to the caretaker's wife. Scandalous, really. They must have seen each other nearly every day.
And he got the key. Mr. Golden has something to do with the symphony. He got the key from the caretaker who was pissy about Cashin. Put the candle in his house. The yellow candle killed him.
Last night I was knitting in that chair. Then I felt quite sickly and opened the window to clear my head. I certainly didn't hear anything.
It's gotta be it.
It's true. I loved him. He was the best thing that ever happened to me.
Let's head downstairs. So it may not have been gas after all. It could have been that candle.
Now that I've seen this, I should ask more questions.
Pardon me. Box of candles that were white. What about the yellow candle? The yellow candle I'm worried about.
I use them to create an ambience when I hold private recitals. I work very late. So did he. I only met him once or twice in the 2 years I've been living here. I was out giving a benefit recital for unemployed musicians. Several dozen people can attest to my whereabouts.
Okay, so it wasn't the candle, so it must have been gas. Damn it. So all the gas-powered lights in the entire building won't turn on. It still could have been the yellow candle, because this dude has all white candles, it seems. No, I don't want to fucking talk to him. I want to examine this thing on the desk. Found strings along with tools for precise trimming of the strings. Oh, I saw a dude being all still there and just with his head down, I thought he was hanging. It's like, Jesus, what happened while I've been upstairs? And one last candle. Is it yellow? A white candle. Okay. This dude's good. You're fine. You had an alibi. Plenty of witnesses. What do we have down here? Bunch of crap. A gas tank. Damn it.
I believe I should reinterrogate a suspect.
Please don't be gas. Please don't be gas. Be the yellow candle. Be creative. Oh, small beaker of yellow liquid. Here we go. Here we go. His caretaker was pissed, so he put a candle in his room and killed him. He did have a key to his room. Very easily could have done so. Oh, there's a basement key here and a basement key upstairs. Another lighting fixture that doesn't work.
Well, now,
Screwdriver. And white or yellow. Unused white candle. Seeming more and more like that yellow candle might be the thing. Alright, let's go back up and talk to that guy before we talk to our new person. It wasn't you, it was someone upstairs.
Ah, yes, be careful with that. It can be dangerous. It reacts badly with heat.
Oh, it might be the yellow poisonous candle. Oh, please be the yellow poisonous candle. Yellow liquid, do not heat. Wow, you don't look shadier as fuck or anything.
I'm in charge of the running and upkeep of the whole building, so I can get dirty now and then. I was just doing some work in the basement. I forgot to put it away after I fixed Mr. Golden's music stand yesterday morning. I left it there, and he came to give it back. The gas quit working yesterday. I don't know enough to fix such things safely myself. A man from the company is going to come by tomorrow. Mr. Cashin's dead. Difficult to believe. He led a quiet life. Out at concerts most nights. Shut up in his room writing the rest of the time. He must have been a lonely man. My wife felt sorry for him and helped him as often as she could.
I should go back and ask about this.
It's gotta be the candle, dude. You have a fucking alibi, so is it the... However, he could have left the candle and then gone to... He could have left the candle and then gone to his concert. And the candle would have killed him while he was there without anyone knowing.
He destroyed an entire orchestra. All those musicians put out of work. A rancorous old man who had no talent or creativity of his own.
I suspect there was more to that mystery than meets the eye. I'm going to look into it.
So wicked was the pen of Byron Cashin that brought down an entire orchestra. Scathing review upon scathing review eventually led to hey, that's the word I used. Eventually led to the demise of the Aldwych Chamber Orchestra. Perhaps Mr. Cashin was distracted by his irregular friendship with its caretaker's wife, did not realize that one of his neighbors was the first violinist with the ensemble that his reviews had destroyed. The very same Mr. Golden constructed his revenge with care, taking advantage of his access to a screwdriver and a key. Golden fashioned a poisoned candle using an unusual chemical found in the basement. He turned off the gas at the mains and handed candles out to his neighbors, ensuring that his enemy Mr. Cashin received the candle of death. Critics beware. Fuck yeah. Cool. Just a second. The most hated man in London. Awesome. I really, really like these missions. It's a huge departure from the rest of the game, but frankly, they're... Thief disappeared into the void. That's not the reaction I was expecting.
Come on.
I was expecting him to try to pull me out of the carriage. I have not played any Sherlock games, no. Ramming speed, horsies! Yeah! Fuck your car. I have a fire car. Out of my way! I missed an illustration, but I don't care! You think you know something I don't? How so?
Here now. Whoa there. Atta girl.
I'm confused, Mike.
Go on. There you are.
That's why I jumped off where it did. The most hated man in London. Deduce which of all the potential murderers actually killed Ashton. I have not played L.A. Noire either. I've seen reviews, and I've seen partial bits of a playthrough. Looks like a really fun game, just never got around to picking it up.
Think of that. Crushed by a crate. The most hated man in London.
Can you imagine achieving such a title? One day my brilliance will bring me similar recognition.
Mr. Raymond.
Yeah, smoking kills. Smoking is bad in
It's of no
K.
consequence. What's important is that this man
Yeah, I don't care. I want to investigate. Whoa, the crowd, though. Body has been crushed by the crate, but close inspection reveals other anomalies. A puncture wound to the gut, a bullet wound in the back, and the victim's skin is an odd green pallor with yellowing around the eyes. Inspection of the bullet wound indicated that such a wound would cause death in 12 minutes. How the fuck do you figure that out, Evie? No, I'm trying to look at the fucking crate game. There we go. Pharmacy 1 o'clock, pub 105, Apple 109, house account 110. Stopped at 117. Single bite taken out of it. The inside of the apple is oddly pink. So we got poisoned?
He's my husband. Each day I bring him the household expenses just after he eats his apple. I also brought him his invitation to the knighthood ceremony. The one with the special scepter. Of course, he wasn't going to take me along. I often tie up my hair around a knitting needle. What business is it of yours?
I just wondering if you stabbed your husband.
He stopped by here every day at the exact same time. He'd buy an apple and try to cheat me out of tuppence. But then most folks do that.
Okay, I don't think you should kill over an apple. I wasn't trying to talk to you at all.
Go back and ask about this.
Huge coal power crane, the driving mechanism complex
Now that I've seen this, I should
requires
ask
an
more
expert
questions.
operator. One more clue here. Please contribute to the benefit fund for the man who has arm crushed. Any help will be much appreciated.
Find out about this.
My best chum is maimed for life, and Ashton didn't care a fig. He deserved what happened. Beyond that, I'm mum. I'm not a crane operator. I wouldn't know how to work that. The man's a right bastard. I hope he's smouldering in hell.
That's around the time I'm given a few minutes to eat something. About then I would have been buying myself an apple at the stand down the street. It's difficult to work properly. You'd have to know what you're doing to drop it at just the right moment. Eddie? Yeah, I taught him how to work the crane a few days ago.
I haven't even met Eddie yet. Unless there's that other guy to the
We
right.
all hated him because he looked for any excuse to cheat us out of our wages.
Are you Eddie? Did you just lie to me? You did just lie to me.
I'm not a crane operator.
I wouldn't know how to work there.
You just fucking lied to me. He literally just told me he taught you how to work it a few days ago.
I suspect that there is at least one deadly toxin in his system.
Agreed.
He appears to have been stabbed with a perforating weapon, perhaps a spike of some kind. There would be bleeding and it would affect motor control right away, but death wouldn't come for another 6 minutes. I know the man. He's hated by everyone. Surprisingly, it's not clear what killed him. I find multiple wounds. No need to send many people to jail for killing such a terrible man. What say you only arrest the single person who actually caused his death?
So someone tried to poison him, also tried to stab him. The stabbing would have taken 6 minutes, he said, for him to bleed out. So, from the stabbing, where his wife is at, he would have been here at 1:10. If she stabbed him with her hair needle, he would have bled out in 6 minutes, or just around that, just before he got crushed by the crate. What time is this? 1:14, 1:15, 1:16. So he would have bled out and died around the exact same time he got crushed.
Yeah, that sounds right. Came by for an apple. He was here when we heard the crate hit the ground.
So it would have been Eddie that dropped the crate on him. Bunch of people definitely tried to kill him. We're only going after the one that actually caused the death, where I'm leaning towards the stabbing. I think the crate was just insult and death.
Check on business rumors. Something of a bastard, Ashton. Told me he had a bit of jam on the side, if you know what I mean. Wife didn't know about it. Well, the bit of jam wants out, but he won't let her. That's the sort of fellow we're speaking of.
Maybe the wife did know about it. A Webley boxer revolver. One chamber is empty. Did I notice a gun wound on his body, though? Hendricks Refinery brought to a halt. Apparent sabotage destroyed machinery at Lawrence Hendricks Foundry. Rumors circulate imply that industrialist Don Ashton is behind the sabotage of his competitor. Well, that's certainly a reason to want to kill him.
That was Ashton's doing. The man had it in for me. He paid workers to wreck my machines. Cost me a fortune. As long as he was around, I'd never prosper.
As a matter of fact, I do carry a revolver at all times. It can be a dangerous neighborhood for a wealthy fella such as myself. This proves nothing.
You just made yourself seem more suspicious, dude. Not that I'm leaning towards that in particular, but he just made himself seem super suspicious. Let's head to the pharmacy and see just what he was poisoned with. Yeah, they must all be fucking guilty. But which one caused the death? That's what the dude says. Like, no use arresting everyone who tried to kill him. Just the one that actually caused it. So we had to figure out the timing and when he actually
He
died.
can be unpleasant, but I don't really know him.
Mary is a trusted assistant. As far as I know, she's completely above board. Today, she swept the shop and prepared some medications. She also fetched herself an apple from the apple stand. He's been coming to me for years. He arrives precisely at 1 o'clock and leaves 2 minutes later. He takes a bluish medication every day and prefers that I administer it.
Contains chemicals like warning not to be ingested. Chemical 1. It's bluish in color, is listed as causing erratic movement after 10 minutes and death after an additional 16 minutes. Causes jaundice about the eyes, has an extreme anesthetic effect. Erratic movement after 2 minutes, death after an additional 9 minutes. Yield a green tint to the skin. Well, Chemical 1 sounds like the one he ingested. But he says sounds like the one that would have killed him. It sounds like he takes it every day. I guess if he ate it, it would still fucking kill him. But he wouldn't have eaten it till he got to the apple, and 16 minutes after that would have been 26. He was long dead by then. Addressed to Thomas Reese Pharmacist, Tom, my dear brother, I've recently made most upsetting discovery. The man who has forced foreclosure of the family farm is none other than John Ashton, your very client. His behavior in this affair is beyond indecent. Both father and mother are reduced to penury. You and I must contribute as much as we can, all we can, although we have obligations of our own. At the very least, you must cease to do business with this dreadful man.
Find out about this.
Did you poison him with the wrong...
This really is none of your business. He came to me for his blue medication. I gave him blue medication.
There's one clue I'm missing. Where is it, though? Maybe it's out front. Ah, here we go. Medicine box. Medicine box of Ashton's prescription with a few remaining blue pills. He must have dropped it along the way. Right when the erratic behavior would have started. If he had ingested what? The blue? It said erratic behavior started after 3 minutes? Erratic movement after 10 minutes, death after an additional 16 minutes. That's 26 minutes to death. Wouldn't have killed him. Pinkish and colorless, causing erratic movement after 2 minutes. Fucking fuck. The apple had a pinkish aura, so that's the poison that he ate. But he still wouldn't have died for an extra minute after that, and that was... Or he wouldn't have died for 9 minutes. Or, sorry, 2 plus 9, 11 minutes, and that was far after he got crushed by the thing. I'm still thinking he was stabbed. I'm still thinking the stab wound was the actual cause of death. That one lines up the most.
Mr. Ashton did look strange-like. Eyes all yellowish. And then he turned pale after he bit into the apple. Almost green, really. Girl who works at the pharmacy? Yeah, she slipped me an extra threepence. She had a special app just for Mr. Ashton. I gave him that one when he come by.
So that's the one that was poisoned with the pink stuff. Dude poisoned him with the blue stuff. I still feel like this crushing was overkill.
it, you stupid animal!
"14 minutes later, he's dead." You definitely
Quite right.
poisoned him.
I asked the apple seller to give him a special apple. Is that a crime? He was a horrid man. That's all I have to say.
No, I think you do add the time up, Mike, because the way it says, causes erratic movement after 2 minutes, and death after an additional 9 minutes, meaning you add them up. Same with the first one. Erratic movement after 10 minutes, and death after an additional 16 minutes. So it's 26 minutes from ingesting the blue, and 11 minutes from ingesting the pink. Takes pills, discards box at 103, dead only 14 minutes later. Not enough time for the blue medicine to kill him. He would have died to it. Then he walks to the pub, leaves after 2 minutes, possibly after getting shot. Gets shot here. Ah, I see a gold person that I have to talk to. Took apple. Means 120, so we can rule out both the blue and the pink poison. So at this point, it's between getting stabbed with a knitting needle or getting shot.
Very well. I found out about his dalliance
And
with
she
that
knew about it.
girl from the pharmacy. It's not the first. Divorce is all but impossible given his influence with the clergy.
So the only way to get out of the marriage would be to murder him. Yeah, he's got the jaundice and the green from both poisons, but they didn't have quite enough time. Puncture wound to the gut would be the stab wound that I think killed him. And he's got shot in the back at 108.
I know the man. He's hated by everyone. Surprisingly, it's not clear what killed him. I find multiple wounds. No need to send many people to jail for killing such a terrible man. What say you only arrest the single person who actually caused his death? He appears to have been stabbed with a perforating weapon, perhaps a spike of some kind. There would be bleeding and it would affect motor control right away, but death wouldn't come for another 6 minutes.
stumbles. Yeah. 6 minutes. Right before he got crushed. So he would have fallen over and then the thing fell on his head.
I'll be the toast of the town.
A very unpleasant fellow. But what was that business about a knighthood ceremony?
Up to the cliff with you.
In any case, Mr. Raymond will have a story for Purlock Publishing.
Wealthy business owner John Ashton was murdered not once but 5 times. So hated was he that his business rival, his employee, his wife, his mistress, and his pharmacist all made attempts on his life. Poisoned, shot, stabbed, and finally crushed. Ashton came to a very gruesome end indeed. Sweet. Dude, these fucking Dreadful Crimes missions are awesome. That one might have been one you could have chosen anyone. But I feel like the stabbing was the most correct. Because he stumbled, which the dude said would probably have happened. He then had a bit of erratic movement as he crossed the street. And then he finally fell over, and then was crushed. Because the crate looks like it landed on his back, not on his head and pushed him over. I feel like it would have tumbled off if it landed on his head. Next up, murder. Ooh, a train one, probably. Also, conjuring up a killing. Fantastic. Really do quite enjoy. I think there are 14 Dreadful Crimes missions. Let me check the case of the game. Ten bonus Dreadful Crimes missions. Only 3 left. Sad. Sad. But they have been quite enjoyable. But yeah, I guess they're out on all systems now. They were just exclusive to PlayStation first. But I think that is where we are going to call it for the night. After we kill this criminal, if I can make it to him. As always, the follows, the YouTubes, the Twitters, great places to go for all things Loki. I will be back tomorrow night, where we'll finish up the Dreadful Crimes missions, and we'll proceed with the story, because as far as I know, there really aren't any other actual missions to do. As of that point, it's just income missions, once we finish up these Dreadful Crimes. Since I don't have any of the DLC. If I had the season pass, then we could do like the Jack the Ripper stuff, but I don't have that. Maybe I'll buy it when I get paid this weekend. I don't know. But like I said, I will be back tomorrow night, so thank you all for watching. I do appreciate it. Good night, Mike. Good night, all my lovely lurkers. As always, I hope you all have a wonderful night. I hope you have a fantastic day. Most importantly of all, take care.